This regular city council meeting order, invocation by Alderman Driscoll.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the gift we received through your Son's resurrection and the gifts we see all around us of new life blooming. We are grateful to you for bringing us together again as we address the tasks at hand to tend to our community and its needs. I pray that you will inspire us with guidance and wisdom this evening. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Here.
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 All aldermen are present except for Skoltedi. Aldermen, tonight I'd like to present tonight's Youth of the Month award to the most deserving person that I have had the pleasure to know. Some of the awards she has received in her high school career include National FFA Proficiency Award winner, two-time National FFA Science Fair winner, Illinois State FFA Prepared Public Speaking winner, Illinois State FFA Creed Speaking winner, Illinois FFA Star Agri-Science Research winner, Co-National Honor Society President at Taylorville High School. She's also the co-anchor of her Tommy TV and also an Illinois State Scholar. She's also the president of Taylorville's current FFA chapter. Her beef judging career has included a trip to Ireland and this year a trip to Scotland for the World Beef Judging Competition. I present this year's FFA president and also Miss Illinois Angus Queen, Miss Lizzie Schaefer. Congratulations. Whereas to excel in any one field, a person must demonstrate, in addition to a great deal of natural ability, an outstanding spirit of knowledge, dedication, enthusiasm, and hard work. And whereas Lizzie Schaefer competed in many events and won many national FFA awards, and now therefore I, Bruce Berry, Mayor of the City of Taylorville, do hereby proclaim Lizzie Schaefer as Miss FFA for Taylorville, and also April 18, 2022 is Lizzie Schaefer Day. Congratulations.
Every day is your day.
There's a cake and gift for everyone from FFA. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Motion approved the omnibus vote. Alderman Bryant, second. Alderman George Sinaz. Roll call.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Larry Bud?
Yes.
Steve Dorsones?
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll?
Yes.
Jim
Yeah.
Mullins? Jeremy Wilson?
Yes.
Fred Brown?
Yes. Motion approved 7-0. Minutes of the regular meeting held April 4th, 2022. Minutes of the Emergency Services Committee meeting held April 7th, 2022. Minutes of the Personnel Committee meeting held April 7th, 2022. Minutes of the Municipal Band Committee held April 12th, 2022. Minutes of the Water Environmental Committee meeting held April 14th, 2022. And minutes of the Lake and Airport Committee meeting held April 14th, 2022. Minutes approved. Motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Alderman Bryant, second. Alderman Brown, questions or comments? Roll call.
Megan Bryant?
Yes.
Larry Bud?
Yes.
Steve Dorsones?
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll?
Yes.
Jim Mullins?
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson?
Yes.
Fred Brown?
Yes. Motion carries 7-0. Motion to authorize the mayor to sign the Illinois Solar for All Standard Disclosure Form, Distributed Generation PV System, Nonprofit/Public Facilities Option, and the Illinois Solar for All Suitability Guidelines Form, and the Level 2 Interconnection Request Application Form to Ameren, Illinois, and Ameren, Illinois application for net metering services concerning a proposed REE solar energy project at the city's water plant facilities.
Mr. Mayor, can we add to that motion before this made the following? And the Illinois Solar for all nonprofit and public facilities certification and consent form, and such other documents as the mayor deems appropriate. And I'll explain the reason.
Can I have a motion for what I said? You said Alderman Bryant, second. Alderman Dorsones, questions or comments?
Comment is that the mayor and I spoke with this Brian Mallett, who's the gentleman behind the solar energy project, proposed project at the water treatment plant last Friday. Apparently, there's about $2 million left of grant funds. This project, according to him, is about a $1.5 million project, of which they're asking $1.1 million from the state grant funds. If they don't get that, this project is done. If they get it, then they think they'll come forward with it. We still haven't got our PPA, the power purchase agreement, done yet, or we haven't done our zoning. We were waiting to see if this is going to go. These documents here allows him to move forward with the state. There's a short window to see if they're going to get the grant. If they do, we'll be back at you and negotiate the power purchase agreement. In the discussions that I had with him, it seems like it's not going to be a long-term financing project for them. They think with the credits that they're going to generate and with the $1.1 million grant, they ought to be able to turn this around and pay back the bank who's going to initially fund it up front in about, 2 years, I think. So a lot of our concerns that I was addressing about a bank, interfering with our facility may not be as much a concern if the project's going to be that. So I think the mayor and I are recommending that you go forward with this. And the reason why I've added this language, we just got that, I think over the weekend, another form he came up with. So there may be more to follow. So you're asking the mayor, giving him the authority, if you pass this, to sign whatever is necessary to let them make the application to the state. And remember now, we got a non-binding letter of intent, so you don't have to go forward if you don't want to, but if you have any chance of wanting to do it, they gotta get this grant. So, any questions about that? I've given you a copy of all the documents. I think I've given to you.
Oh, yes, and there's copies of everything this week.
That's what you have. So, if you can't sleep tonight, you may read it.
Question, Alderman Driscoll?
I'm just wondering if this does move forward, is this then for an intention of building a solar facility out there at the water treatment plant?
Correct.
Yes.
And has there been any discussion of how the neighbors in the area might feel about that or be impacted by that?
I don't think we've reached that point.
They can't see it. They can't see it
What
where they're
they've been
proposing
told,
to put
they
it.
won't be able to see
Okay.
any of the solar panels.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
and this is a work in progress. Like I said, the main thing is they have to receive this grant money, so we've been in contact with the state, and hopefully that will come to fruition, so.
You have no obligation to go forward with it.
I just know that people in that area objected when the water plant was built itself for visual reasons, and I asked that, I want to be able to stand
And
on
that
that.
topic may surface again if it comes up.
I don't think it will.
So I need a motion.
So moved.
Alderman Bryant, second.
Second.
Alderman Wilson, questions or comments? Roll call.
Larry Bud,
Yes.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Mullins.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0. Motion to approve the special events permit for the Cork and Keg Incorporated to be held at 123 East Main Cross on May 13, 2023 from 2 p.m. till 10 p.m.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Bryant, second. Second, Alderman Wilson. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Mullins.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0. City Attorney update.
Yeah, I've got a number of items to briefly discuss with you. The first matter is the Jamal Shahada litigation. We still wait a decision from the judge on some of the cases that we argued before. I've been keeping you advised, I believe, of a lot of paperwork being channeled through the city concerning this matter. The other thing is that on the airport project, I think I sent an email out to everyone about contacting CMT about this consulting engineering agreement. I think Doug Brown and I had a conversation with the engineer that's kind of in charge of this growth. He gave the okay that probably you could deal with this next month, but the thing that I was concerned about is because the they were talking about the cost estimate was gonna be, could be, your share would have been like 178,000 some change. He has checked with the state, and he's at least sent out an email that I forwarded to you, that your share should still be in that $24,000 range if this project goes through. So that'll be further discussed next month. On Iramac, I think I sent out an email. I think the fire chief has written a notice of termination at your direction to terminate that contract. And I believe, Mr. Ademan, we're gonna tweak that just a tad bit, but he's got a draft of us to look at. That'll be going out shortly. The cannabis ordinance and the video gaming gonna be talked about this Thursday, as I understand. So, well, not video gaming, the cannabis and the American Tower. I got a phone call with the Judy Whitsitt, who has asked him what the status of it is. I'll be talking with her Thursday afternoon, and then I'll be reporting back Thursday evening. You have your meeting to kind of address that issue. I think I've asked Julie if she can find it. The last time this was discussed, you actually had, I believe it was Raymond James, to do a present cash value comparing the amount of rental income you get over the life of the contract as to what the present cash value would be today, compare that with the proposal to buy it. If that's a business decision for you folks to kind of look at and see what you want to do with it. So hopefully you'll have that for your meeting on Thursday, and you can decide if you want to do that exercise again if you choose. Okay. I also talked with, I got a call, I thought the mayor had asked that this gentleman to call, but on this restaurant bar question, I basically told him that was a Dominecki issue. Namaraki, or whatever it is. I just referred him back and said to go back to the city council and to the zoning to do that. I believe that's it for right now. Any questions? Other than what's the status of the front end order? Did you get that letter that says they're gonna extend the offer of the price?
Yeah, I sent the email that I got to Julie, didn't I? Forward that to you? Yeah.
So that's still good? Okay.
Yes.
And I think Andy Goodall has got a couple pieces, or at least one probably I know of, about some demolition action. And I think they're gonna try to do the process, to do the expedited way and send out the notices. It's property on 439 North Cherokee in an abandoned garage. I think Mr. Goodall is working on that. And I think the mayor was talking to me tonight about another piece of property in the same thing. So, any questions?
Thank you.
Okay.
Mayor report. I want to personally thank Gary Merker for serving on our library board for over 30+ years. He has really made a difference in the operation of our library. Thank you for approving the Illinois Solar for All documents as we move forward in bringing solar to our new water plant. The citywide cleanup is this Saturday. We would like to welcome all volunteers and all aldermen to come out and help out at the street department. The 71st annual Red Bland Little League Parade is this Saturday. The weather is supposed to be great for opening day. East Main Cross continues to progress. Our back parking lot is also a work in progress. Our downtown area seems to be vibrant and thriving. Many thanks to downtown Taylorville. It just seems to me there's optimism in the air as we move forward in revitalizing our downtown area. Thank you. Committee reports. Discussion and/or motion to approve, adopt, and/or deny, and/or table, and/or amend, and/or refer to an appropriate committee in whole or in part the matters regarding the following subject matters discussed at the committee level. Emergency services. Alderman Bryant.
Thank you. First is a motion to recommend to the City Council to allow Fire Chief Aderman to purchase grain bin rescue equipment from Rock and Rescue in the amount of $7,895.15.
Motion by Alderman Bryant, second.
Second.
Alderman Driscoll, questions or comments? Roll call.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Mullins.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Brady.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Second is a motion to recommend to the City Council to forward the ESDA budget and the Fire Department budget for 2023 to the Finance Committee.
Motion by Alderman Bryant, second.
Second.
Alderman Olive, questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Personnel, Alderman Driscoll.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, I'd like to make this in the form of a motion to recommend to the city council to approve the promotion of Jacqueline McConnell to the water office to an office level 2 position.
Motion by Alderman Driscoll, second. Alderman Wilson. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, next I'd like to make this in the form of a motion to recommend to the city council to approve to bid and or advertise a third shift water plant operator at the water plant, treatment plant.
Motion by Alderman Driscoll, second.
Second.
Alderman Bryant, questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Right, this one also in the form of a motion to recommend to the city council to approve to bid and or advertise a crew leader at the water treatment plant.
Motion by Alderman Driscoll, second. Alderman Bud, questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
I make this in the form of a motion to recommend to the city council to approve to bid and or advertise a full-time police dispatcher.
Motion by Alderman Driscoll, second.
Second.
Alderman Dorchenez, questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
I'd like to make this in the form of a motion to recommend to the city council to approve to hire one police officer for the Taylorville Police Department.
Motion by Alderman Driscoll, second.
Second.
Alderman Brown, questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Finally, my last motion I'd like to make is to recommend to the city council to approve to hire one firefighter for the Taylorville Fire Department.
Motion by Alderman Driscoll,
Second.
Alderman Bryant, questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Water and Environmental.
Mr. Mayor, maybe this is an appropriate time to allow Mr. Kretzer of the Plan Commission to make his recommendation to the city council.
Mr. Kretzer?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've got a motion from the Planning Commission for the City Council to direct the attorney to prepare an ordinance granting GSI owners of a real estate identified in public hearing notice and Sol America Energy a special use permit to locate a solar energy facility on said real estate conditioned upon the City Council approval of the following items: building permit, solar panel glare study concerning airport traffic, decommissioning plan including restoration requirements with sufficient certainty, bond, qualified engineer cost, estimates of decommissioning, a drainage tile restoration map, and requirements weed control plan, recording of a survey plat of said real estate, and a detailed construction plans prepared, signed, and sealed by a structural engineer, 20 copies of scale drawing, and then underground wires also. Is that correct, Rocky?
Yes, and then any additional requirements that,
Any additional requirements noted by the Planning Commission and City Council on 4/18/2022, and such other conditions, requirements, items, or matters as the city attorney deem appropriate.
and then, Mr. Mayor, I think, on your next meeting agenda, you'll put the motion to approve the recommendation of the Plan Commission, and unless I see him out of the head, otherwise, I'm gonna go ahead and prepare the ordinance for your consideration at the next meeting, Council.
Thank you. All right, Water and Environmental.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Motion to recommend to the city council to approve the purchase of a new UV monitor, model AMI SAC 24 from Swan Analytical at a cost not to exceed $11,100. Make that in the form of a motion.
Motion by Alderman Dorchenez, second. Alderman Driscoll, questions or comments? Roll call.
Jim Olive,
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson,
Yes.
Doug Brown,
Yes.
Megan Bryant,
Yes.
Larry Bud,
Yes.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Motion to recommend to the city council to approve the quote from Broadkey Well and Pump for well pump 1 rehabilitation at a cost not to exceed $21,428.60. Make that in the form of a motion.
Motion by Alderman Dorchenez, second.
Second.
Alderman Bryant, comments or questions? Roll call.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Oliver.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Motion to recommend to the city council to approve the quote from Hydrokinetics for lake pump station modifications in the amount of $3,483, with final cost from Altifer and the electrician to be determined. I'll make that in form of a motion.
Motion by Alderman Dorsones, second. Alderman Olive, questions or comments? Roll call.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Oliver.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Motion to recommend to the city council to forward the water department fiscal year 2022-2023 budget to the finance committee. Make that in form of a motion.
Motion by Alderman Dorsones, second. Alderman Bud, questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Lake and Airport, Alderman Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, a motion to recommend to the city council, to approve the purchase of an 18 kilowatt generator with automatic transfer switch from Star Electric Service for a cost not to exceed $8,835. I'd like to make that in the form of a motion.
Motion by Alderman Brown, second.
Second.
Alderman Bud, questions or comments? Roll call.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Oliver.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Second, a motion to recommend to the city council to direct the city attorney to prepare an ordinance to allow for trade-in or sale of 1994 Cat IT 28F loader and the purchase of the used 2021 Komatsu WA 320-8 from Roland Equipment at a cost not to exceed $183,000 to be paid by ARP funds. I'd like to make that in the form of a motion.
Motion by Alderman Brown, second.
Second.
Alderman,
Whoa.
who was it? Alderman Driscoll. Roll call.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Oliver.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryan.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
And Mr. Brown, before you go, if you could give me a copy of the contract with Roland or Julie, someone, so I'll put that in the ordinance, please.
Finally, a motion to recommend to the city council to forward the Lake Department FY 2022-2023 budget to the finance committee.
Motion by Alderman Brown, second. Alderman Bud, questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, I saw looking at the minutes that there was a motion made at that committee meeting to, for the matter of increasing the shed size to 10 by 12 to the ordinance committee. I don't know, is that on the agenda for Thursday?
We have to.
I believe
Have
it's
to
on.
change it.
No, it is not on the agenda.
It's not on the agenda.
No, it is not.
Okay.
So,
No.
there was a motion made there, so you need to put it on the next agenda, I guess.
Okay. Or we can put it on council.
You can put it on council if you want to.
Alright. So, motion to approve and or ratify payment of bill of $189,045.59. Motion by Alderman Bud, second.
Second.
Alderman Bryant, comment, Alderman Bud.
Electric, 28,462.25. Fuel, 17,332.04. Big R, Ace, Ron's, Farm and Home, and Taylorville Feed, 2,061.93. Computer Tech, 5,627.45. Ford and Harrison Labor Attorney, 3,620. DowntownTaylorville.org, 4,097.69. Avazar, 3,087.96. IMT Insurance for Security Bond, 1,050. Altorfer, 9,168.77. Neil Tires, 3,303.25. Nokomis Quarry, 5,213.83. U.S. Bank, 2,609.89. Terry France, 3,657.50. Police and Fire for Uniforms, 1,763.18. Police Department, Gracie Humada, 2,040. Cemetery, United Capital Funding for Summer Help, 3,475.08. Illinois Department of Revenue, Fuel Cells, 1,150. Street Department, Bodine Electric, 4,777.92. CCI, 1,549.25. PH Broughton, 3,815.33. Roland Equipment for the rental of the Komatsu, 6,000. Lehigh Hanson, $1,176.91. Midwest Garage Door, $4,461. Ricky Peters, $2,320. Sewer Department, Robert Ricky, $1,440. Stevens Concrete, $2,440. Brush Truck Centers, $1,188. Vanderbilt Engineering, $8,975.47. Fire Department Chemicals, $30,839.15. Salty Supply, $1,192.06. And then for the Lake Department, Lake Lot and campground refunds for $1,200, and these totaled it's not right. It's 169 something. I shredded the wrong paper.
All right, any other questions or comments? Roll call?
Steve Dorsones.
Yes.
Kathy Driscoll.
Yes.
Jim Olive.
Yes.
Jeremy Wilson.
Yes.
Doug Brown.
Yes.
Megan Bryant.
Yes.
Larry Bud.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0. First subparagraph G of 5 ILCS 120/2.06. This portion of the city council meeting reserves for any person wishing to address the council on any relevant subject matters concerning the city. The Illinois Open Meeting Act 5 ILCS 120/1FC mandates no action shall be taken on subject matters not listed on the agenda, but the council may direct staff to address the topic or refer the subject matter to a future council and/or committee meeting. If anyone wishes to address the council, please provide your name and address, limit your comments or presentation to 3 minutes, and avoid repetitious comments. Anyone out there like to speak? I don't see him here, but Fred Dubay and his buddy came up.
Oh, what do you get here?
They want to have the powwow the first weekend in June, and they wanted to get it on the committee so we can vote. I don't think there's going to be anybody that will allow the powwow, but if they're outside, we'll let
They
them
just have to
speak
do
on.
the special event permit.
Yeah, they just have to get a special event.
And then
You
also-
read.
They have to approve all of those little things like
They
that.
gotta get a special events permit.
Yeah, but we don't need to approve that, right? They can just get one. Or do we have to approve it? Oh, we do?
Fred, would you like to speak about what you want to do the first weekend?
Well, yeah, I got some flyers here, and hand one to this gentleman here and bring one up here to you so you can see what's going on.
Our clerk said all you need to do is get a special events permit.
Yes, like we do every year, yeah.
And then we'll vote on it at the May 2nd.
Okay, and we always get the insurance, we get $1 million coverage insurance for it.
Check with the clerk's office. I
Give me
don't believe any council member has any questions about it. How many years have we had this powwow?
This will be our 22nd year.
22nd year.
I mean, we had to miss it because of the COVID, but other than that, and we were willing to do it then and meet all the guidelines, but getting all the wash stations, everything would have been too expensive for our committee, so we said, we better hold off. And we didn't want to take any chance of anybody getting sick.
Sure.
What's the date on that, sir?
Excuse me?
What's the date on that?
Third, fourth, and fifth of June.
Okay.
It's the first weekend of June. Because we have vendors from out of California, Nova Scotia, all over that come and they're on like what they call the powwow trail. They go from one to the other all year. Yeah. So,
All right. Thank you, Fred.
okay, now what? I become the one in May or?
No, you come and get all your permits from the clerk's office.
Okay.
And then we'll approve it at the May 2nd council meeting.
Okay.
So that'll give you plenty of time to get everybody organized.
Okay, now clerk's office, downstairs or?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, good
All
enough.
right, thank you.
Okay. You're welcome, thank you.
Any other
You'll have a
comments
good
or
day.
questions?
How you doing?
All right. Motion for adjournment?
So moved.
By Alderman Bryant, second. Alderman Brown, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We are adjourned.